Hello everybody. I am your host Too Elusive and welcome to a start of a new playthrough known as Jak And Daxter. Now, just so you guys are aware, I am going to be playing this game on the PS3 collection of the game. I know it was also released on PS4, but I don't have that one, so we're going to roll with this one instead. And you know what? I don't really got to explain anything else. Let's get this show on the road. Wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna create a save file. Why wouldn't I create a save file? Man, just looking at this game right now is taking me all the way back to the time when I first owned a PS2, because this was actually the very first game I've ever owned on my PS2. So it does feel really good to go back to a title like this.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
Wrecked.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, The two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right. And then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in
Oh,
there
jeez.
before I turn you both into ferns.
I forgot how sometimes the characters can be like savages towards each other. Okay, so with that being said, we are basically shoved right into the tutorial level. It just gives you a quick rundown of how the game is played. So I'll just explain everything from here on out, or you know, the game can do that for you as well.
Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
So anyway, basically these collectibles are your money. You need them to get more power cells, and that's all there really is to it. Now, whether or not I'm going to go ahead and collect every last power cell, every last precursor orb, I am not exactly sure. We'll leave it up to see how that all plays out while I'm going through this playthrough. Now that thing right over there is basically the main collectible in the game. Your, how should I put it? Your Shine Sprite, your Mario Star from Mario 64. That's basically what it is. You get enough of those, you can make more progress. Oh yeah, I forgot the game does that. Oh, which reminds me, before I continue, seeing as how I'm gonna let the cutscenes play. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? Is it under sound options? No, no, it's not. Where the heck is it? Wait, it wouldn't be under camera. Crap, where the heck is it? I know this, unless the game doesn't have a subtitle option. I don't think the first game had subtitles, which is what I was looking for. Alright, never mind. I thought that the game had subtitles. I mean, if I find it eventually, I'll put it on, obviously, but yeah, I don't think this game has subtitles. Alright, that's no big deal. Anyway, so aside from collecting the what is it? Aside from collecting these power cells, as the camera like screws up on me a little bit here, you also got these little scout flies. If you collect all of these, you get yourself another power cell. Now, if I seem a little rusty, it's because I hadn't played this game in like forever. So I will get lost from here, from like time to time and all that stuff, but I'll find my way soon. Also, a little note here: your punches and your spins will not work on these things, so you always want to pound them instead. Oh yeah, that was one little aesthetic I like about this game too. Every time you got a power cell, they have like a little way of like celebrating to get them. So that was one other aesthetic I like about the game, by the way. When you got certain power cells, or rather all power cells, they do a little like victory dance or something like that. Well, Daxter does the victory dance. Jak, so much, he pretty much does his fist pump and that's about it. Now I get the feeling that there is something down there, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but I'm gonna go ahead and have a look. But I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Is there anything that's worth down there? Oh, alright, there is. I guess it's a good thing I did came down here in the first place. I'm just having a look, make sure I didn't like miss anything. It's like, I'm here, I may as well get every single precursor orb there is. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's here that's worth getting, so I can go back. Jesus. See, you can tell that a platformer is old when you gotta deal with camera issues like this, because, like, this is, like, non-existent in, like, later platformer games. Granted, to be fair, I haven't played any new platformer titles since Ukulele, honestly. And as for what I have to say about it, I'm keeping that opinion to myself. Okay, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna start talking about a game and then, like, not say anything about it. Alright, so as Kira explained there, you step on this thing, you get a full charge of eco, like, depending on the color that you get. Oh, and I guess I should explain the blue eco a little bit in case you didn't get any of that. Basically, blue eco is movement. You collect it, you move faster, and you can activate like a lot of ancient stuff. So it's really good stuff to have. Let's see here. I should also like note that I'm playing this game on a different account altogether. So what is it? If you see like random trophies popping up, that's basically the main reason why. I decided to play on a new account altogether because I don't want to get my saves mixed up. Now, I feel like they should have explained that portion like way earlier because like I was picking up green eco the entire time I was on this island. So I felt that the explanation was a bit later than it should have been, but I'm not complaining. Oh lordy. Okay, yeah, you could tell that I am definitely rusty if I can't get the double jump timing down like that. Like, I keep thinking that I can delay my double jumps, but I don't think I can. In fact, I'm gonna try and do that real quick. Yeah, you can't really delay your double jumps like that. So you gotta use it or lose it. Kinda like how the double jumps work in Ape Escape now that I think about it. But anyway, that pretty much concludes the tutorial, but before I go, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of Jak's moves. Your circle is your spin, you do it in the air, you can like prolong your jump a little bit, which is great for like going across larger gaps or getting to newer heights. Let me see here. Hitting your your R1 and your X button lets you high jump like this. Hitting X twice lets you double jump. Square is your punch. Hitting square and then X lets you do a Shoryuken. That is basically jump and square, do the ground pound, and if you like alternate between them, you can do it endlessly. So that's a nice little thing to know about. Oh, and also if you hit R1 while you're moving, you'll do a roll. You hit X while you're rolling, you do a little roll leap, which is great for moving around faster. And if you don't jump at all and you just move around while holding down the L1, he'll just crawl around. Like, I guess I should say that his controls are similar to Crash Bandicoot's if you played that game. I mean, then again, it is made by the same company, so of course it's going to have the same control scheme. But let's not keep them waiting any longer. Okay, it looks like I can only go to Green Sage's hut, so let's get over there.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jak? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Man, that must have like blown out everybody's eardrums when he yelled like that. But anyway, I don't really think there's anything around the hut that I need to really look for. Nah, there's nothing here. Alright, so I can actually head out of here for now. Oh, another thing I should also point out is that this game has a day and night cycle as well. So from time to time you're going to see the sunset and everything. But before I do any adventuring...
Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Alright, so basically what that is just another quest that we're able to do. Technically, I could have skipped that scene all I wanted to, but the only reason why I let it play is because it's just funny to see that part when Jak slaps the shit out of Daxter for that comment. But anyway, here is the village. Basically, this is like the opening hub world. You get to run around, collect a lot of stuff that you can collect, and do whatever. Like, you literally don't have any like restriction on where you can and can't go. Okay, I actually shouldn't be saying that. There is some restriction to where you can and can't go, but basically that restriction is depending on how you prefer to progress through the game. Like, of course, once you get enough collectibles or a certain collectible, or if you do a certain task, newer stuff will open up for you. So the way I decide to go about this game is, I would say just start with the jungle, honestly. Because when you beat the jungle level, like, more stuff will be able to open up for you. And another thing that I'm also doing at the moment is I'm trying to listen for any scout flies that are in the area. Because I don't necessarily know all of them off the top of my head and where they're hidden. But I'll find them eventually.
What a weird-looking thing! I bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
Alright, now that weird thing that Daxter was talking about is the very thing that I opened here. At first, I thought he was referring to that statue way over there, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, before I head over to the jungle, there is a little quest that you can do here. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to herd these yaks into, I would say, what is it, the fence over there? They can be a pain in the dick to maneuver at times, but all you gotta do is just smack them a few times, walk them over to the herd, and what the... Boy! Get in there. Wow. This one's stubborn. Alright, there we go. Basically, once they're in the gate, you're good. You don't really have to mess with it anymore. So, let's just get the rest of these in here, and we'll pick up from there.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
Alright, once you're done with that, just walk over to this dude, talk, and there you go. Free orb.
Back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
But he kind of was already sleeping in peace, though. Alright, so let's see here. Let me see here. I know there's a scout fly in his hut, because I kind of saw it through the window as I was approaching. Let me see here. Is there anything else I want to do before I head over there? Nah, let's head over there now. Those orbs that are on those rocks, I'll get them later. And the only reason why I'm leaving them alone is because they lead to a completely different area that I have no business going towards yet. Let's see what we got here. I just want to check this area out, because I know that there's some orbs hidden over here. Oh, one other thing. If you think that you can just go for a swim, like, I'll demonstrate what happens if you do. Yeah, when you hear that heartbeat and that noise, that means that there's going to be a shark that'll come up and just one-shot you, and you die. That's basically the game's way of saying, hey, you're not supposed to go over there. What a brutal way to do it, too. Now that I think about it, Ratchet and Clank kind of did the same exact thing, so... but anyway... You just come across this bridge over here, and you're inside of the Forbidden Jungle. And, yep, this is where I'm going to call it a day. So, guys, I will see you guys next time. Tune in for the next episode. And, as always, play until your thumbs fall off. I'm too elusive, and peace out, everybody.